As you know, yesterday there was a transition in the government of China. They have a new president, they have a new leader. This new leader loves to go around giving speeches where he refers to something called the China Dream. You may say, what's the China Dream? What does that mean? Let me tell you what the China Dream is. The China Dream is a book that was written by, I think it's a colonel, a Chinese army colonel. Let me tell you what the gist of the book is. I'll save you the time of reading it. That China's goal should be to surpass the United States as the world's preeminent military and economic power. That's what the China Dream means. In fact, in the foreword of it, he writes, another general writes, the 21st century should be a race to see who can become the champion country to lead world progress. So while we are here bickering in this country and arguing about whether we should spend more than we take in, or what government's role should be, there is a nation trying to supplant us as the leading power in the world. And you may say to yourself, why does that matter? Some people would say, let someone else take the lead for a while. We're tired of solving the world's problems. And believe me, I understand. I do. It's frustrating. But let me explain something. First, let me explain to you who the Chinese government is. The Chinese government provides their people no access to the internet. The Chinese government will hold citizens prisoner without any right to recourse. The Chinese government coerces and tortures people until they get confessions from them. The Chinese government restricts the ability of people to assemble. If you escape China, they actually put pressure on governments to forcibly return you. The Chinese government has coercive birth limitation policies, which means that in some cases, they are forcing abortions and sterilizations. The Chinese government uses forced labor. And this is what they do to their own people. We want that to be the leading country in the world? We want that to be the leading voice on this planet? No! That's the stakes. That's what's at stake in America's greatness. This is not just about national pride. The truth of the matter is, don't take this for granted. What we have here is different and special and historic. In the vast history of the world and of mankind, almost everyone that's ever been born is poor and disadvantaged with no ability to get ahead. What's made us different is that here people have the real chance to get a better life, no matter where they started out. And do not underestimate what that has meant for the world. Now, as soon as I'm done speaking, I'll tell you what the criticism on the left is going to be. Number one, he drank too much water. Number two, that he didn't offer any new ideas. And there's the fallacy of it. We don't need a new idea. There is an idea. The idea is called America. And it still works. Look around the world today. Who are they copying? They're not copying the former Soviet Union. They're not copying Russia. They're not even copying China. They are copying us. With every step towards free enterprise, millions of people all over the world are emerging from poverty. Millions of people all over the world are emerging from generational poverty because they were inspired by the American idea. They may claim to hate us, but they sure would like to beat us. Yeah. The question is, in the world that we will leave our children, what will be the dominant country in the world? What will be the light-shining example for the world? A country like the one I just described to you in China or in other places? Or a country like ours? That is what's at stake. And I know that we'll make the right choice. Because I believe in my heart what I've always believed. That if we give our people the opportunity of free enterprise and upward mobility, they will do what they've always done. They will build and sustain a vibrant middle class and beyond. That if we give our children the skills they need for the 21st century, they will do what Americans have always done. They will change the world for the better. That if we do what we are supposed to do, we will always be who we are destined to be, the single greatest nation in the history of the world. Thank you very much.